are cooking to win.
What can go wrong?
We'll find out.
They're competing for a chance to cook at a record-breaking Great British Menu banquet, which this year celebrates Team GB and their journey to the Olympics and Paralympics in Paris this summer.
Oh la la.
Fire! A team of formidable former Great British Menu winners
I'm ready for action. Let's go.
have returned to score the heats.
I'm scoring you a 4.
The fish course, it's been about 8 years since I last gave a 10.
They're on the lookout for elite cooking.
Wow.
That is Olympian in its ambition.
Wow, that looks incredible.
And embodies the spirit of the games. The race is on as at the end of each day, the least successful competitor will be knocked out.
The gloves are off.
It's the turn of Wales's brightest talent to prove to veteran Lisa Goodwin-Allen that they're worthy of a place in the regional finals.
She gives nothing away. Just raises one eyebrow.
New veteran Tom Shepherd helped judge the fish, and sadly Lewis was sent home.
Hey, babe.
For the remaining 3, the competition continues. Mid Wales's Corin has shown confidence from the start.
Unbelievable.
The North Coast Nick creates unusual flavours.
It's good.
And South Wales returner Larkin is giving it all he's got.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm pushing.
But only 2 will get through to the judges.
Make Wales proud and cook your hearts out.
Our 3 remaining chefs from Wales must now compete over mains and desserts. Larkin and Corin are on 15 points, and Nick is biting at their heels on 14. In a race this tight, it's impossible to tell who will come out on top.
Crunch time, just the 3 of us now.
Just 1 point between all of us.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing what you boys have got.
Our veteran chef Lisa Goodwin-Allen wants to see some magic today.
I want to give out a 10. I'm looking for that gold, so they better bring their A game because it's main course.
Every dish they create must tell a story that links to the Olympics or Paralympics.
So my dish is called the shoot. The inspiration behind it is shooting at the Olympic Games. They actually used to shoot live pigeons. So it's actually French pigeon that I'll be cooking. So I'm going to take the crowns, I'm going to confit them in elderflower oil, then finish on the barbecue. The legs and the offal I'm going to make into a farce with chicken breast. I'll make a tart out of that with beetroots. You'll have some pickled lettuce on there as well.
And what are you going to be doing with the chocolate? See
So,
this one here.
yep, it's going to be going through the sauce, and I'm also going to grate some over the top at the end.
Is there any carbohydrate on this plate?
No,
And is it big enough?
I think so with the tart.
Which is my underneath question, obviously. I'm just like... Ooh.
The name of the dish is très aristocratique, similarly to Corin, inspired by the 1900 Olympics, where pigeon shooting was a sport.
Oh.
So they reported it as très
Very
aristocratique.
Well posh.
Go on, tell us about some of these beautiful ingredients you've
So
got here. What are you
we've
doing?
got some Welsh wild pigeon,
Oh, Welsh.
which I'm going to confit in some Welsh rapeseed oil.
So you're doing the same kind of process as Corin, so you're
similar,
confying them.
Yeah.
Right, OK.
I've removed the skins. I'm going to put a crumb on the outside. And then the legs of the pigeon, I'm doing a little cone, a little torch. Then I'm going to serve that with a beetroot and ginger gel. Another beetroot gel that's more acidic. And then I'm going to be pickling the smaller beetroot in like a smoke pickle.
Very similar ingredients to you, Corin, going on over here.
Yeah, about an hour's work, I'd say, what we're going to do for the rest of the time. No, incredibly busy. Amazing flavours.
Ouch.
Now the fighting talk starts.
2 years ago, when he last competed, Larkin scored full marks for his main course. If it's not broke, why fix it?
The title of the dish is called the cauldron. The inspiration is the lighting of the Olympic flame. So what I've built is an actual hot pot that we can light.
Oh my God, you made a hot pot last time you were here and it was absolutely stunning.
So I take it all these kind of like spices, they go into the hot pot, do they?
Yep, from this I'll make a Sichuan broth. The idea is then you cook the meats and the vegetables in the broth.
OK.
The main focal point is, of course, the chilies.
You're going to use all of those?
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah. Well, when you puree them down, it's not that much. And then we got Welsh rolled pork belly, Welsh sirloin as well. So those are going to be sliced last minute.
So these get sliced raw, and then the hot liquor from the hot pot cooks that meat?
Correct.
And then you've got some lovely lamb. What are you going to be doing with this?
So those are going to be barbecued over Japanese coals, finished with a classic Sichuan cumin spice.
And are there any noodles or rice?
Yeah.
Yeah, is there?
Yeah, I'm going to make traditional noodles. This is my comfort zone. You know, I'm feeling good.
So we're going to see you come up to the pass on time.
100%.
Oh. Fine.
With the same inspiration and main ingredients, Corinne and Nick both get cooking.
I think this dish could, touch wood, if there's any around, push me above them.
I'm welcoming it. He's obviously got good taste in flavours. And, yeah, let's see what he produces and what I produce.
For his Sichuan hot pot, Larkin's rolling noodles.
I've been working my socks off on this dish. I'm hoping that this dish is better than one I did before.
It's the main course, Lisa. We know these chefs are going to be gunning for it. What are you hoping for?
It's very important in a competition like this. You're not come here to serve a restaurant dish that tastes delicious. You've come here to serve something that's groundbreaking and worthy of being on a banquet.
Nick prepares the beetroot pickle.
So we've got some smoked rapeseed oil, some white wine vinegar and some smoked water.
He's also on the go with his two gels, beetroot and onion.
Just getting the beetroot juice and the pigeon stock into the gel.
And the acidic beetroot and peppercorn.
There's red wine vinegar, beetroot juice, a red verjus.
Nick's dish, très aristocratique.
It's got so much going on the plate. Why would you do so many beetroot elements? Just concentrate on cooking it beautifully and pulling an amazing flavour out of it.
I've tried this dish quite a few times. It's just about getting that precision and getting that balance key. And I'm confident I can do that.
Larkin's still rolling his noodle dough.
What I'm doing now is bringing it together, pushing out all the air holes.
The noodles will be cooked in the hot pot liquid containing all those chilies.
It can be difficult balancing the chili. You can get over the heat. Chilies are delicious.
Larkin's dish. My heart sang when he said he was going to make us the Szechuan hot pot.
For me, it's the balance on the plate.
Yes.
It's got to complement the meat. It's got to just sing through the broth and not blow my head off.
Meanwhile, the battle of the pigeon is on.
Pigeon's just going in the bath now. Welsh rapeseed oil.
Nick's using Welsh wild wood pigeons, whilst Corinne's gone for farmed, plumper French Anjou pigeons.
I believe that it's one of my stronger dishes, and I would like to get a better score than I've got the last couple of days.
Is there enough on this plate? There's a tart, there's some pigeon, there's a puree.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for a main course, it's got to be grand. It's got to be spectacular. A small plate of food isn't going to cut it.
For the tart filling, he's making a pigeon offal and leg farce.
Behave.
To help tell the story, Corinne has commissioned serving dishes from his local blacksmith Lee Jones in Talabont in Midwest Wales.
All right, Lee.
How's it going, Corinne? Right?
Again, you all right?
You right?
Yeah, good.
Good, man. Come for your props?
Yes.
Good boy.
There's your main course one, boy.
So is that the clay pigeon?
These are proper clay pigeons. Just a forged dish inside the clay.
Oh, beautiful.
Give it a bit of structure. So what's going to be served in that one then, Corinne?
I'm going to do a little beetroot and pigeon tart on there.
Sounds amazing.
Oh, and that's a shotgun cartridge?
Yeah. Red stag antler base, proper shotgun shell, and just a little forged handle to make it look like a jug.
That's beautiful. Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
The shooting cartridge jugs will hold his pigeon sauce.
So now I've roasted off my bones, I've drawn out all the fat. I'm just infusing it with soy and chocolate. Chocolate acts as another fat, also emulsifies and makes it a bit more unctuous.
He neatens the tarts ready for filling.
How's it going, Corinne?
Yep, I'd say I'm 98% happy so far.
Quite big tarts, them, aren't they?
Yep, it's kind of the showpiece of the dish.
Have you got anything for me to try?
Yep, I've got some beetroot puree here for you to try.
OK, and how have you made this?
So, beetroots that I've cooked off in a mixture of water and vinegar. You've got a little bit of Tahitian vanilla in there as well, just bring the fruitiness out.
He pipes in the pigeon farce.
He has to really layer that tart perfectly so you get the beautiful meat, crisp pastry, and the beetroot coming through on the top. But I'm still worried whether this dish is going to be spectacular enough.
Could have been a catastrophe.
For his pigeon dish, Nick toasts licorice, coriander seeds and allspice to add to his pigeon sauce.
Sauce nearly there.
Then, whilst Larkin mixes up fermented chive oil, he purees one of his beetroot gels.
Nick?
Hi, Chef.
We all good?
Yeah, so this is the beetroot puree. So there's beetroot juice, pigeon stock in there, so that's more of a savoury as opposed to the more acidic one.
Are you wanting a strong beetroot flavour to come through in it or not?
Not too strong. More like a cooked beetroot flavour.
OK.
Larkin's working on his Sichuan hot pot, in which his meat and vegetables will be cooked at the table.
This is the mala base, which forms the body of the hot pot.
It's flavoured with spices, including Sichuan peppercorns, licorice and all those chilies. On top is a thick layer of beef dripping, and to it he adds chicken-flavoured golden broth.
You got something for me to try?
Yeah, I've got some of the sauces that's going to come with the hot pot. This is the fermented tofu. Just fold it through with some chilies, and then this is a fermented chive. They'll just split with a bit of a chive oil. It'll level out.
Service looming, Larkin's preparing his lamb chops. Nick adds yet another beetroot flavour to his pastry torches.
Chef.
As Corin is getting ready to serve, finishing his French pigeon crowns on the barbecue.
You got 5 minutes to the pass, Corin.
Yes, Chef.
We all good?
All good.
He starts with the beetroot puree.
I've never done that in my life. Just done it first time there. Unbelievable.
Then carves the crowns.
And you've decided to leave the skin on?
Yeah, just to protect the flesh a little bit in the cooking, and then so I could hit it harder on the barbecue as well. Oh, hot that.
The farce and beetroot tarts are placed on the clay pigeon serving dishes as roasted beetroot and slices of the pigeon crown are added to the board.
What have you got going on there?
So this 100% chocolate just to season the tarts.
Larkin pours the pigeon soy and chocolate sauce.
OK, you've got 1 minute left, Corin.
Yes, Chef, I'll be up on time.
Pickled lettuce and more chocolate add the finishing touch.
Pleased?
Yeah, still calm, but actually sweating a bit today.
Oh, yeah? Good.
So the dish is called the shoot. They used to shoot pigeons at the 1900 Games, and that was the last time they did it.
Should we go and taste?
Let's go.
Good luck, Chef.
Thank you.
Chef.
Enjoy.
Intriguing.
Definitely.
Shall we sauce?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think this dish tells a story?
I think you can visually see what the story is straight away.
And what about the cooking on the pigeon? Is that what you were aiming for?
Yeah, I'm happy with the cooking on the pigeon.
It is nice. I think just some seasoning here and there wouldn't go amiss.
And your beetroot tart on the side?
I wanted to go more meat than beetroot on the tart because you've got more beetroot on the plate as well, and I feel like the farce is nice and smooth.
I quite like the pastry.
Yeah,
Pastry's great.
delicious, yeah.
Very, very short.
Very short.
Yeah.
You put the chocolate into the sauce.
I was trying to use the bitterness of it because it's all quite sweet ingredients.
Are you getting chocolate?
No.
If you were going to give it a score, what would you give it?
I think that's a 9.
And where's the 1 point gone?
Just because I don't want to say 10.
Larkin.
8 for me.
I would go 7. I
Yes.
just think it's not quite balanced.
Oh, there he is.
Hello, chef.
Do you like that?
Thought it was all right. Stressful.
Next to serve, Nick's cooking duck hearts and carving his skinless Welsh wood pigeon crowns.
Very happy with the cooking of the pigeon. Nice and pink all the way through.
He coats them with a hazelnut crumb and a barley and honey glaze. For the torches, he fills the cones with pigeon and duck leg meat, the pickled baby beetroots and the beetroot, onion and pigeon gel.
Happy with everything, chef?
Yeah. Proof's in the tasting, I suppose.
You got 2 minutes to the pass, Nick.
Oui, chef. These are just smoked hazelnuts.
Oh, look, it's a little podium. Can you see the front?
Oh, yeah.
He adds a spoonful of spiced pigeon sauce and then the duck hearts and the second, more acidic beetroot gel.
You've got a bullseye there, look at that.
Yeah. Get in. So here we have Très Aristocratique, inspired by the 1900 Olympics, where pigeon shooting was a sport for the first and last time.
Right, well, let's go and taste it.
Yeah, yeah.
Good luck,
Thank you very
chef.
much. Thank you.
Good luck, chef.
Thank you.
It's great, doesn't it?
This thing looks cracking.
He said he made the plates himself. Don't know why I'm trying to get him extra points. But
I know.
yeah.
Don't tell her that.
Cutlery at the ready. Let's go in, shall we?
So the pigeon itself, you're happy with the cooking?
Yeah, I'm happy with the cooking. It's nice and soft.
For me, the cooking of the crown is a bit inconsistent.
The outside's really chewy.
I would have left the skin on the pigeon just to prevent any dryness on the outside.
The gel that's
Yeah.
made with cooked beetroots, do you think it pulls a good beetroot flavour out of the dish?
Yeah, I think with the more acidic gel, it comes together quite nicely.
I feel like I want a sauce with this, though.
There is a sauce on there, I just don't think he's put enough on it.
Where is it?
So I think there's some over there. Should I grab it?
I didn't.
Bring me the gravy.
Is that something that you set out to do, of not put much sauce on the plate?
Yeah, I just wanted to put a small amount just so it's there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
He's got a gorgeous shiny sauce on there that we didn't really get much of.
Oh, wow.
So if you had to give this dish a score out of 10, what would you give it?
I would give it an 8.
I think it's 7.
That's where I'm at as well, 7. I'd lose one of the purees, more sauce.
I think if he utilised that sauce on the whole dish, it would have been a different dish.
Thanks, chef.
No worries, anytime, mate.
Larkin fills his hot pots with marla broth.
What's in there?
So that's all the base. The beef fat, there's bean curd, skin, spring onions.
Can I try a bit?
Of course, yeah.
Delicious. Right now I'm scared.
The fermented tofu, chive and sesame dips are decanted, and he sets up his Olympic torch burner for the broth.
Chef, I've got it.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
What's that you're putting on there?
Just a cumin salt.
Ah, nice.
Oh. He slices his raw pork belly
You've got 2 minutes to the pass, Larkin.
Oui, chef.
and the marbled Welsh beef. It's all brought to the pass with a hot pot, dips, meats and boxes of raw mushrooms, noodles and chrysanthemum leaves.
Hey!
Oh, I love that. The cauldron is set alight to Larkin's choice of music.
Wow! That's brilliant, that.
That's amazing.
That's very cool.
That is amazing.
Very cool.
The dish is called the cauldron and is inspired by the lighting of the Olympic flame.
How does this work now?
The idea of the hot pot is you've got all these lovely ingredients and you place them into the hot pot and you drag it out through the oil. And a lot of the flavour is actually in the oil.
Yeah.
And I've got some hot pot cooking times of the ingredients.
Should we go and try?
Yeah.
Good luck, Larkin.
So are you ready to cook?
We're ready, yeah. So I'll put the things in that take the longest amount of time.
So let's put the pork in. And should we put mushrooms in?
Yeah.
So you've got different cooking times here for the mushrooms, the beef and the lamb. Do you see that this is kind of achievable at a banquet?
These are suggested times. You know, some people might like the beef quite blue, and I'm happy to give them the choice on that.
It's the most cooking I've done all week.
OK, it's ready.
And then the next step is to use the sauces.
Correct, yeah.
And do you dip bits or do you... I suppose you can do whatever you want. Talk to me, Nick.
The presentation and the delivery was amazing.
And the food?
Spicy.
The body and the flavour of all that spice in the broth, that's exactly what you wanted to achieve.
Yes.
It's not for the faint-hearted, but I absolutely love it.
I absolutely love it. Those noodles, it's amazing how they hold.
Yeah.
With the pork belly, do you think, like, the texture and the flavour of the pork, you can get that coming through?
I think so. I've used pork belly because I like the fat running through there.
If you were to score this dish yourself, what would you give it?
I'd love to get a 10.
I would go 9.
I'd probably agree with Nick on a 9, just because you're leaving a lot to the guest, and I think the level of spice is going to split the crowd.
All right.
How's it going?
Not too bad.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Happy?
I was over the moon with it, really. Like, if they don't like it, they don't like it.
Yeah.
Some spice in that.
Yeah.
So we had the Battle of the Pigeons. To me, there were flaws on both of those plates.
You know, we had a little bit of technical issues going on and also kind of probably flavour balance, really.
So, scores-wise, how do we think we've done?
Can't tell anything with Lisa. She's got just a
Yeah,
stonewall face, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Larkin and Corin are tied, and Nick is only 1 point behind them. So it can all turn on, you know, a pinch of salt here.
Put some sauce on it.
Yes.
And it could be up here.
Larkin and Corin are on 15, whilst Nick's on 14. Chefs, we have theatrics, the Battle of the Pigeon, and some good skills on display. However, there is still some room for improvement on all of these dishes.
Corin, for your dish, the shoot. I thought the story really came through on the plate. The cooking of the pigeon was perfect. The beetroot puree was silky smooth. I'd add a little more chocolate to the sauce to make it a bit richer. The tart pastry was very well made, but in the tart there wasn't distinct layers and I didn't think it was seasoned enough. I would suggest adding more pigeon meat and maybe a little bit of smoked pancetta or something like that to really bring it through. Nick, for your dish. Très aristocratique. I commend you for using a wild wood pigeon. They're really difficult to cook. I liked how you approached the cooking of the crown. However, the top end was overcooked and the bottom end was undercooked. I liked the acidic beetroot gel. I didn't like the cooked beetroot gel. I didn't really get a beetroot flavour coming through. I felt that you were missing sauce. The whole dish was a little bit dry. Some great ideas, but this dish needs refining. Larkin, for your dish, the cauldron. The spectacle, the theatre, when it came to the pass, was exceptional. You 100% nailed it. The barbecued lamb was nice and tender. The pork was quite fatty. With the extra oil from the hot pot, to be honest, I'd lose it. The handmade noodles were very good. The chili heat is powerful, but it was well balanced. The way this dish is served leaves too much to chance and would take too long as part of a multi-course banquet. There must be a more streamlined way to serve this dish.
And so to the scores.
Corin, I'm giving you an 8.
I'm with Lisa on this one. I wanted more from your sauce. I expected it to be big and punchy, but actually it was a little underwhelming.
Nick, I'm scoring you a 7.
You made an amazing sauce. You didn't put it on the plate, and I think that was a big misstep for you.
Larkin, I'm scoring you an 8.
Last time we had the hot pot, you built the dish for us, and there was far less left to chance. So I think maybe take a couple of steps back from it and just re-look at that plating a bit, because it's such a spectacular dish, it really is. All right, chefs. Next up, it's the sweet part of the menu.
Oh,
You
I like
this?
this one.
Thank you very much, chefs.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Can't get away from you.
So I'm feeling disappointed. I was hoping for a bit more. My head's going into overdrive at the moment.
I would have liked a 9 by now because I keep giving myself a 9, but an 8's a good score.
A bit disappointed, but, you know, Larkin and Corin are only 2 points ahead.
2 points is nothing.
It's pre-dessert, and Corin's using unusual flavours with soybean and soy sauce.
Confident in pastry. I've always done pastry every restaurant I've worked at.
The dishes will be blind tasted, and the scores will be used in the event of a tie-break. So, sir, tell me what you're making.
It's called the torch. So I'm making an ice cream in a cone that's going to be made from buckwheat flour. Inside that, you've got a soya bean ice cream and then a shiso meringue on top.
So that's minty.
Kind of minty.
Sort of minty family.
It's quite
Perilla.
sweet, the meringue, because the ice cream's quite savoury.
So it's about getting things set.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Just making a brandy caramel here. This is called shot put. It's a play on words because the dish is pretty boozy. So it's almost like there's a shot in there.
Right.
So it's a Bardsey apple and gin granita.
Wow.
An apple and lime mousse. And then this is a Welsh brandy caramel.
Can I taste it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, my God. I think the technical term is banging.
Banging. Hopefully makes them a bit tipsy and gives some good skills.
Larkin's is based around the London Olympic Sustainable Basketball Stadium, which was nicknamed the Marshmallow.
So it's going to be a cube of marshmallow with a lemon yuzu gel on top, and just a bit of apple blossom, so just one mouthful, so it's a sweet, savoury dessert with a bit of acidity.
Not too sweet.
Not too sweet.
It tripped you up a bit last time, didn't it, the dessert?
It did, yeah. I've been practising them the most.
Good. All right, well, good luck, sir. For the marshmallow, hot sugar, water with miso and gelatin is poured into egg whites.
Always time, that's the issue with pre-dessert, so you just have to use the blast chiller and then close your eyes and hope for the best.
Any Olympic sports you guys would like to try?
I'd like to give it a go at the 100-metre sprint. Don't think I'd do too bad.
I paid good money to see that, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, come to the car park, I'll give it a go.
Corin needs to perfectly cook buckwheat waffles before he can cut a circle from each to form his cones.
Come on, you...
Nick builds his with the brandy caramel, toasted fennel and coriander seeds and apple mousse.
So I just need to let that defrost now.
You've got 3 minutes, gentlemen.
Wait.
Yes.
Larkin blowtorches the marshmallow cubes, then finishes them with yuzu curd. Corin pipes the soybean ice cream, followed by the shiso-flavoured Italian meringue.
Guys, are you looking on time?
Yep, I'm all good.
In the last seconds, Nick adds frozen apple, tarragon and chervil granita. Lovely, chefs, and you're 1 minute early.
Service. Well done, guys.
Oh. God, that's a hard one.
Hey, chef.
Oh.
Got some very interesting looking pre-desserts for you.
Zing it.
That's some shiny, bright stuff, isn't it?
It's lovely.
Thank
Very
you.
fresh.
Thanks.
Lovely.
All in one.
Yep, all in one.
Really light, lovely marshmallow.
Interesting with the miso, because it sort of goes savoury at the end.
There's no really distinct flavour with it.
And the yuzu, I'm not getting much of that.
No. It was just a touch smaller as well, I think.
I managed to get it in mine and gob in one, though. Yes, it was so difficult to eat. It's quite big.
Too big. That meringue is quite rich on top, and there was a lot of it. But then you get to the soya bean, it's quite nice.
The ice cream's lovely. You can get that nuttiness through it, can't you?
So I'm going to go
3.
3. That was too big, needed a couple of tweaks. 2 and 1. That's probably about the right size.
Yes.
Just needed more acidity.
Yeah.
And I thought this was a really lovely
Pre-dessert.
pre-dessert.
So which one was made by which chef?
Well, I think this one's Larkin.
OK.
I think this could be Corinne, and this could be Nick.
Nick,
Ah!
Larkin,
Oh, no way.
and that is Corinne.
I was wrong on all of it.
Interesting that Nick's come out on top.
I know, yeah.
Because if he pulls a very good dessert out of the bag and the others don't, and it comes down to these rankings, that means Nick will go through.
Feel good after pre-dessert. I just need to hit the nail on the head with this one, or else I'm going home.
It's Larkin's turn to serve first, and he's making a salted egg custard.
I'm just making the custard roux very smooth.
After pushing it through an AeroPress, he finishes it with cream, gelatin and vanilla, then leaves to set.
The dish is called Shot at Gold. So one of the most decorated Welsh Paralympians is Aled Davies, and he is a 3-time gold medal winner in shot put.
That's amazing.
I'm making a salted duck egg custard bow that looks like a shot put ball.
Oh.
Are you putting the custard inside the bowl?
Correct, yeah.
Right, OK.
To cut the richness, I'm making a herbal tea to go with it. So there's a dried chrysanthemum, bombax, there's just different flowers in there.
So is it served hot or cold?
Cold.
So you're going to have this warm, the bao bun with
Yeah.
the custard and the cold tea on the side?
Yeah.
Better look like a shot put, right?
Yeah. And he's going for gold, no?
You're
And I'm going for gold, yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Corinne's heating up butter before adding dried milk powder and sugar.
I hope desserts be the thing to break me apart from Larkin. Proof's in the pudding.
As he whisks the mix, it crystallises into a crumb and he leaves to cool.
My dessert's called Gold or Go Home.
Very apt.
It's nice to end on a gold medal. Brings everything to a close, symbolises the end. It's a miso treacle tart that's made with golden syrup. So that's the link to the gold.
Right,
Ice cream
okay.
on the side, which is made from yoghurt and honey.
OK, so you're taking like something traditional, which is a treacle tart, and you're using the miso instead?
Yeah, and I'm taking the pastry away, and I've gone for a caramelised milk crumb instead.
Bit of a gamble.
A little bit of a gamble, but I think worth it.
That's the thing about you, Corinne. You know, you can deliver on those flavours, but it's the story. And if you're going to deliver a medal, we want a medal.
Yes, chef.
To give it enough time to churn and set, he starts the ice cream next.
Ba 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 ba.
Nick's working on a Welsh yuzu yoghurt and lemon syllabub for his dish, Mount Olympus, which celebrates the first games in ancient Greece.
The base of the dish is raspberry, pistachio, and herb.
Herb.
Yeah, tarragon, chervil, and a little bit of sorrel.
Where does the tarragon vinegar come in?
So I'm just going to lightly pickle some of the raspberries, and then another raspberry element will be a compote inside, inside the herb mousse.
So it sounds like you've got quite a lot going on again.
Well, I've sort of cut it down, took your advice with the pigeon.
OK.
There's a lot going on still, but every single component has its sort of its place.
Are we getting a mountain?
Possibly.
Larkin gets on with his bao bun dough, adding activated charcoal to make it black like a shot put. He leaves it to Prue and shapes his set salted egg custards.
I will be pushed for time, and these need to reset again now to allow me to build the bao bread around it, but I need to wait for the bread to prove.
Larkin's dish, shot at gold. It's just a bao on a plate and a cup of tea. I mean, that's a nice moment at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, but that's not really what we're looking for, is it?
No, exactly, and you took the words right out of my mouth. Nice. I don't want nice. I want amazing.
Pressure's on for sure.
Nick's juggling ingredients and timers as he begins the herb mousse for his Mount Olympus.
So I'm just making a little caramel almost to create, like, it's called a pâte de bombe. So I'm going to gently pour that into the egg yolks and keep it whipping until it's cool.
Nick's got some great flavours, but you can see he's really focusing on that he's 2 points behind, and he's got to forget about that, because it's no doubt he's an incredible chef. It's about delivering.
See how that comes out, shall we? Gelato, man.
Corin's dish, gold or go home. I mean, the flavours it's working with sound lovely. The miso, treacle tart.
How he makes that groundbreaking will be yet to be discovered, because we're celebrating some incredible people here that really have, you know, championed our country, pushed themselves. And you want to see the chefs do that the same in their dishes.
Yes.
Just doesn't feel quite right, the dough. I can't put my finger on what it is, but I'm going to be on the safe side. I'm going to make another one.
Larkin was spurred on by meeting the inspiration for his dessert, Paralympian Aled Davis, OBE, whose dedication to the sport has won him 3 golds and a bronze in discus and shot put.
So how did you get into field athletics?
I was quite lucky, grew up in a very sporting family. When someone first said athletics to me, I thought running, and I did not want to run. So when I saw this other side of throwing, I was like, oh, OK, this is a bit of me. And 9 months after that, I went to my first Junior World Championships.
When did you realise you were good at it?
I think I realised I was good when I started beating able-bodied athletes at the school level. But if I'm honest, I didn't actually believe it until I stood on the podium.
3 gold medals. Which one means the most to you?
I mean, the first one, London, for me, being 20 years old in front of 75,000 plus people, and then to go on and win it, changed my life. Of course, we have the big one this year in Paris, so I'm looking to defend my title there and hopefully have, you know, the 4th gold for the collection. Why don't we jump in the ring? You can have a feel for it.
Yeah, I was dreading you'd say that.
Come on, let's have a go. Right, get in your power stance, shot put on tips of your fingers and your neck, elbow up, and just push it through.
OK, well, I'll give it a go.
Fair play. Wasn't expecting that.
You boys fancy a cup of tea?
Yeah, go on, I'll have a cup of tea. 2 sugars for me, please.
Yeah.
Oh, why not?
No worries, I'll get that on.
Larkin is also brewing up, but his is chrysanthemum tea.
How are you feeling, Larkin? Obviously, Corin's got loads of time.
Don't think he's working hard enough, to be honest.
No.
He's worried the new dough won't prove in time, so he's using the first one to form a bao's distinct layered structure.
Cup of tea, chef. 2 sugars.
Thank you, chefers.
Cup of tea, chef.
Oh, lovely.
No sugars, sweet
oh,
enough.
lovely, lovely.
No worries.
All right, Larkin.
Hi, chef, you
How are we
okay?
getting on? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm
Yeah?
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, you look like you've got a fair bit to do.
Yep, so the custard's now set, so I can start building the bao bun around the custard.
Let me try. It's quite thick now.
So as soon as heat is applied to that, it hopefully should be oozing out.
Larkin's got a fair bit to do, you know, he's up first, he's got to get those bao buns in the steamer, got to control his nerves and serve something fantastic.
As in his main course, Nick's making a gel. This one is with lime, ginger and raspberries.
So I'm now just moving on to my herb mousse. So sorrel, I'm just going to blanch some chervil and tarragon to get a really bright green colour.
To balance and enhance his flavours, Nick's using sea salt, which he's added to both a black meringue...
Just sprinkle it with a bit of matcha tea.
...and his pistachio crumble. He went to see sea salt harvested in Anglesey, where they make sure they extract it when the conditions are perfect.
Hi, Rowan. What are you up to there?
I'm just checking the salinity of the seawater.
So how do you get the salt from the water into the factory?
Well, we've got an intake pipe about 100 metres out. Once a day at high tide, which is now, typically pump about 20,000 litres of seawater, which is a comparison to an Olympic swimming pool.
Wow.
Are you after some salt?
I am, yes, yeah.
Yeah, well, come with me. Welcome to our production hall. This is where we evaporate the seawater to make salt. We may get you to step in and earn your crust. Your big moment. That's it. Slide it through gently, all the way to the end. That's it, Nick. Tilt the brine off it. Yeah, beautiful big flakes. So once all the baths are harvested, all the salt's taken out, we'll then rinse the salt, drain it, and then dry it in an oven. This will stay in here for typically 22 hours, 85 degrees, but we'll get you some to help you on your way now. This is for you. Good luck with the Great British Menu. There you go.
Amazing. Thank you.
Come on, I'll see you out.
Thanks. Tasting hot, but it's good. Very nearly there.
Larkin's feeling the pressure as he makes another set of bao buns with his second dough.
Come on.
You OK?
Yeah, I'm pushing. First dough I made I wasn't happy with, it just didn't feel right, so I've done it again, but that's going to leave me really stretched.
Nick mixes the herbs into his mousse. His pistachio and sea salt crumble is now baked.
So what have you got for me to try?
So this is a crumble, so
OK.
it's quite salty, but I think the dish does need that. The balance of the flavours is key, so as long as I get that right, I think it should be good.
You're always giving yourself a task to do.
Yeah, yes. No point in standing still, is there?
Are you having a cup of tea?
Yeah, I made him one as well.
I'll give the boy a newspaper.
Yeah.
Nick's got 7 elements on his dish, whereas Corin only has 3.
So this is my miso treacle tart. So I've got golden syrup, hacho miso.
Hacho is aged miso, made from pure fermented soybeans, which gives it a darker colour and stronger taste.
There's cream and breadcrumbs.
Tart's ready to bake. He creates tester pots of his honey and yoghurt ice cream.
Can I have a try?
Yeah, of course. I was very worried because I've never used this ice cream machine before, but it's actually come out far better than I ever expected.
You've only got 3 elements on this, haven't you?
Yeah.
So do you think those 3 elements are good enough
Yeah,
to make something quite groundbreaking?
I think people can often be fooled into trying to be too complex on desserts, and I think desserts are just supposed to be tasty, and I think this is.
Corin seems really calm, he's ready to go, he's got a lot of time left on his hands, and he needs to make the most of this time, because if he's just serving a tart with ice cream, it's got to be the best tart with the best ice cream ever.
Larkin, I'm pretty much ready. Do you need a hand with anything?
Not yet, Chef, I'm just waiting for my bao buns.
OK.
Might have your tea now. That's a good one. This herbal tea, so it's just a selection of dried flowers. It's actually a really traditional ending to Sichuan hot pot.
Corin puts his miso tarts into the oven. Nick whisks his lemon syllabub as Larkin gets his second lot of bao buns out of the steamer. After topping with gold, he places them onto a shot put stand.
You got 5 minutes to the pass, Larkin.
We, Chef.
We all good?
We can go now if you like.
You okay?
Yeah, yeah. The name of the dish is called Shotted Gold, and the inspiration was Aled Davis, very famous Welsh Paralympian who won 3 gold medals.
Should we go and try?
Of course. Thank you.
There we go. Oh, that tea's really nice.
Delicious.
Getting it everywhere.
So you say that you remade the dough. Is this one turned out the way you wanted to in texture?
Needs more time.
I think the bow isn't quite what Larkin wanted to achieve, and I think it didn't quite have
Bit
the
chewy,
Prue.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's very chewy.
And what about the custard in the middle?
I wanted the runny custard, so there was a little bit of a wow factor.
The flavour of the custard's lovely.
flavour's
It's
good.
delicious. But it's got a very powdery taste to it.
It's
Yeah.
thin, the texture's not right.
And if you were to do it again, would you change anything?
I really want to do it again. When the first dough came out, my heart just sank.
But you know, that's what makes a good chef. It's someone that when realises something's not right, they do their utmost and best to correct it.
Yeah, thank you.
What would you give it?
At the moment, it's probably a 7.
It hurts me, but I'll have to give it a 5. Flavours are delicious, but it's not executed well at all.
I also would give that a 5. I think Larkin will be very disappointed that that was the end result.
Corin's next, and he checks the bake on his miso tarts.
Chef,
Hey, Larkin.
all right.
how was that?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty gutted, to be honest.
Head up, mate.
It's just been nailing that dish in practice. So it's just texturally, just everything just wasn't right visually.
It's not over yet. We've still got to get up to the pass, so who knows what
Yeah.
can happen.
To create dishes good enough for the competition takes months of development, and no one wants to see another chef not produce their best. It's really hard, Wendy.
No, I'm just annoying myself.
I know, but I wanted to say to you, some of them, best chefs we've had in here, have had disasters. So it happens all the time, literally all the time. But don't despair, because you never know what's going to happen, and we're still not there yet.
Yes.
Corin focuses on his presentation as he fills his cups with the yoghurt and honey ice cream.
Corin, you have 10 minutes to the pass.
Yes. Could I come up early?
Yeah?
The milk crumb goes on top of the hot tarts. Then he finishes the bowls with the gold medal made by Welsh blacksmith Lee Jones.
If you should grab one each for me,
Yep,
please.
sure.
Thank you very much. Okay, so it's gold or go home, and it's kind of just symbolising that what you're aiming for is gold.
So let's go and try before it goes cold. Enjoy.
Good luck, chef.
Good
you.
luck, chef.
Thank you.
Good luck, chef.
Thank you.
So, miso treacle tart. Let's see what it tastes like, shall we?
Yeah.
Traditionally, you'd have pastry on the bottom, and you've decided to use a crumb on the top. What about the texture?
Yeah, I think it gives enough texture. There's breadcrumb through the mix as well, which adds another texture.
I mean, for me, it's more like a crumble.
Yeah.
I am going to just say I'm not convinced by no pastry. I find this top really sandy.
Yeah.
What about that miso coming through?
Yeah, I just wanted a slight hint of saltiness from it. I wasn't looking for it to be overpowering.
Ice cream's very nice.
The ice cream is lovely. It's almost as smooth as a soft serve.
Yeah.
Do you think it's groundbreaking enough?
I think the flavour's incredible, and that's what I would want to finish a banquet on.
So if you were to score this dish out of 10, what would you give it?
I think I'll give it a 9.
For me, it's a 7.
I will go 7.
Because?
Underwhelming.
Last to serve, Nick is sieving his raspberry, ginger, lemon and lime gel.
Can I try a bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Wow.
He's brought mini mountains to serve on.
You don't travel lightly then, do you?
No.
So what have you got on the plate here, chef?
So this is a herb mousse, and then there's a pistachio crumble.
The raspberry compote and used yoghurt lemon syllabub are next.
I'm just going to top that with some Conway honey.
There's a lot of different flavours going on there.
Yeah.
Beads of raspberry gel are added.
These are little pickled raspberries going on now.
And the sea salt and smoked water meringue shards add a flinty finish.
So this is Mount Olympus, inspired by the origins of the Games, the Olympics.
Should we go and try?
Yeah, let's go.
go.
This one here.
Check it out. Oh.
So the herb mousse, is that the consistency and the flavour you were looking for?
Yep. There's quite a bit on there, so you get a bit with each mouthful.
The pistachio crumb is absolutely stunning, but the herbs, there's too much of it.
And having it on the rock doesn't give me Mount Olympus.
I thought that when it came up, it must be hard to eat off.
It's a bit weird.
Do you think that you get enough of that pistachio and the crunch coming through?
Yeah, I think there's plenty on there. Without that, it would be quite a wet dish.
The raspberry gel was delicious, but once it's come together, I feel like he's done too much.
He's got some really nice elements. It just needs to be more focused, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. What would you score this dish?
An 8.
Because of the elements that are good, I'd want to give it a 7, but I don't feel like there's a marriage in flavours, so I'm going to go 6.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to give it a 6 as well.
How's it going, Nick?
How's it going?
Yeah,
All
good.
good.
Well done.
How do you think it went?
It was hard. End of the week, last push, you know.
Talk to me about Corin. How did he do?
He had great flavours and he's shown all week he knows how to balance them. But I think for a competition like this, you've really got to push your boundaries. Has he done that? I don't think so, in my opinion.
And how did Nick do?
Great ideas, use some exciting flavours. It just didn't come together on a plate.
Are you guys nervous for the scoring?
Very nervous. I mean, I've not been able to read Leith for all week.
Obviously, we know that Larkin did not have a day in the dessert kitchen that he was hoping for.
Once you've been in their shoes and their situation, you can really feel for them about how much passion, time and effort that you put into creating these dishes. It's going to be really hard to score because they all had the flaws.
Oh, Lisa.
I feel like I need a box of hankies.
Larkin and Corin are on 23, Nick is on 21, but he won the pre-dessert. Chefs, I'm afraid that was a very disappointing dessert round. No one has covered themselves in glory.
Larkin, for your dish, a shot at gold. You had a lovely story, but as a presentation, it was quite muted. Unfortunately, the bow wasn't right. It hadn't proved long enough. It was very chewy. I like the way you used the fermented duck eggs in your custard to bring that light saltiness. However, the consistency wasn't right and it ran all over the plate. The Chinese tea should have been iced, and a bit of lemon would have been a good idea. Overall, it was a very poorly executed dish. Corin, for your dish, gold or go home. Yoghurt ice cream with a touch of honey was very well balanced. The tart itself, I like the way you used the miso to bring the savouriness out. The crumb on the top brought a nice texture, but it was a bit sandy. It was enjoyable to eat, but it was too safe. I was hoping for a medal. Instead, I got a dessert underneath a medal prop. Nick, for your dish, Mount Olympus. Pistachio crumble was well made. It was nice, salty, and had a good texture. The raspberry gel brought a nice sharpness. However, I felt the mousse was too strong and it overpowered the dish. There was a slight zing from the lemon syllabub, but I wanted more of it. Overall, it was a sloppy collection of items on a rock, and when eating it together, it wasn't pleasant.
And so, to the scores.
Corin, I'm giving you a 7.
Corin, your ice cream was fantastic, but it felt a bit like a restaurant dish with a medal on the top.
Nick, I'm scoring you a 5.
Unfortunately, there wasn't anything Olympian, godlike or majestic on the rock that you presented us with.
Larkin, I'm scoring you a 4.
I know you had an absolute disaster. You'll probably need to go back to the drawing board. So, Corin, you're on 30. Larkin, you're on 27. And Nick, you're on 26. And that means, Nick, I'm sorry, but you'll be leaving us.
Yep. Commiserations, Nick. You had some fantastic ideas. I think it's just about maybe balancing them a bit better.
Yep. Thank you.
Right, guys, tomorrow you're going to the judges. So I think you can really kind of ramp it up, yeah? Very best of luck, because I know you can do it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
Lucky, mate.
It is what it is. Good luck, guys.
Thank you very much. Go for a pint?
Oh, go for about 3, I think.
Yeah.
Feeling a bit gutted, you know. Lisa is very hard to please, you know. She's a tough cookie, so who knows, maybe I'll come back next year.
I feel like I've got a chance now to rectify that. I'm not happy with a 4.
I'm very happy to get through to the judges' chamber. I'm happy to get the top score. I hope that I'll be able to get through and represent Wales. That's the aim.
I feel like if I take on the feedback, execute the dishes exactly how I want them, I feel like I can win tomorrow.
Been a little bit of a disappointing end to a great week, but now what they've got to do is pick themselves up, cook with their hearts and really bring the fire, because those judges aren't going to pull any punches and they're going to expect greatness.
Next time,
I can cook a bao bun.
Larkin and Corin are pushed to their culinary limit
I just need to nail the tarts.
as they each try to woo the judges
Mega.
and win a place in the national finals. The winner of the Welsh heat is...